Welcome back. Can you see the smoke? Alright, I'd like to call in my angels, ancestors of the light, Archangel Michael, my spirit guides, and any other higher dimensional beings that would like to use me as a vessel today to share a message of hope and love, faith, understanding, unconditional love, and acceptance. Alright, there's a lot of shit going on in the world right now. We definitely could use a message of hope. That's for sure. So let's get into it. I hope everybody is doing well today. I'm going to ring the bell. This is something that is new that I'm doing, but I find that, you know, it does change the energy. It helps bring in positive energy and cleanse out anything. So if you are driving or anything like that, please be aware I am about to ring the bell, so maybe you want to turn it down a little bit. All right, so let's get right into it. I made a few decks because I'm working with everything that I have, like any money that I get or have had in times of recent within this last year has all gone into investing in myself, like my business that I recently launched on Instagram, I just realized, you know, it may take a little bit of time for those seeds to take root, which is to be expected. So I decided I would just make some decks for myself to help me better connect with myself, with spirit, my spirit guides, my angels, ancestors, and, you know, just kind of expand my scope a little bit, you know, trust in my inner divination skills. And so anyways, yeah, the other night, right before I was about to go to bed, all of a sudden my angels, my spirit guides came to me and were like, make a deck. Make a deck. You can make a deck. So I made a deck for the astrological, for like the zodiac signs for each 12 sign, and then I also made an additional one to clarify, because I myself am born on a cusp, which falls between two signs, so you embody both signs of Virgo, Libra. So that means I have qualities of the Virgin and the scales. And the picture that was imaged that came to me during the making of these cards was of a virgin with wings holding the scales. So that's also known as the cusp of beauty and or the cusp of Aphrodite. I was born on equinox during an eclipse. So thought I would get a little bit more descriptive of kind of getting answers on who, what energies are people, you know, try to get some more clarifying cards. So these are clarifying cards of zodiac signs that I did that we will be working with today. And we also made a angel oracle deck that is not coming from the internet. These are not coming from, I haven't cross-referenced to look at these and see if they are identical with you know, with the card numbers and things like that. But I went through from a book that I have, and I found that the angels in that book, the angel numbers and things like that. Like I said, I was guided to do this way, and that's the next deck that I made. This one took me 3 hours because I'm hand making each card, and they're cardstock. I didn't use scissors because I don't like the cut on them. This is more straight lined for me, just using good old-fashioned fold and tear. So anyways, I did that, and let's see if I can open up really quickly to the angel part of this deck, or of this book. And if you're interested in this book that I'm talking about, this is the book that I got the angel numbers from. This book is really awesome because it goes into candle divination. It goes into, like, there's like freaking 100 and something different types of, gifts and things like that. So the angelic numerology. Okay, so this isn't angel numbers, it's angelic numerology. Okay, angels have a unique form of communication for when they want to speak to us. Okay. Pythagoras said some variation of the credo. Numbers rule the universe. Pythagoras and Pythagorean theory and the Pythagorean triangle. This guy was pretty smart. And angels believe this to be true. So what is angelic numerology? Angelic numerology is quite simply a sequence of numbers you might see in your mind or dreams, or that, like an earworm with a song, might keep repeating over and over in your head. Celestial angels use a different form of language to gain your attention and deliver a message. Here we list angelic numbers and their associated meanings, which will give you the opportunity to connect directly with your higher power for advice. Okay? Now, the next part says, who is my angel? And a bit of history. So let's talk about who our angels are. Judeo-Christian scripture tells us that angels have special powers and duties, and even have various ranks. Archangel Michael is one of the higher deities, having done battle with a dragon, while Gabriel is the angel who announced Jesus' impending birth. Raphael is the angel who is in charge of healing the sick. Okay? Now we have seraphims, which I believe this is a seraphim angel. I made this for Christmas as an ornament for my Christmas tree. I believe this is a seraphim. This is the depiction in the Bible, kind of what a seraphim looks like, just for reference. Okay. All right, so seraphim are angel-like creatures stationed above God's throne, said to have 6 wings, although they use only 2 for flying. Cherubim, okay, so those are seraphim, and then you have the cherubim. The cherubim, meanwhile, sit around the throne and praise God constantly. I love angels. Though angels are present in many religions, the term guardian angel is never used in the Bible. There are clues that imply, however, that these protectors are nearby, including, for he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. Psalms 91:11. And I was just getting called out on the 911 or 111, or you may have been seeing this angel number recently. It's pretty interesting. Just like the angel number 666, it is not always the way that we've believed it to be. Yes, it's associated in the Bible as the mark of the beast, but it's also, if you look it up in angel numerology or angel numbers, it could mean something different. And I also find that they searches come up different on different days. So if you're getting the same angel number on different days, 444 on the clock, then look into them each day. Seriously, you'll get a different message every time. Just like in the Bible. When you open the Bible and you read that same scripture over again, you get a different interpretation of it. You pick up something new. So follow those signs. And the fucking angels are here. 444. And really? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. Thank you so much. Okay, so we know that beings watch over us, guide us, and can intervene in dangerous situations. And I have been so blessed to have that assistance in my life. So, more about this. So many people believe that we all have a guardian angel assigned to us at birth, and this angel is with us throughout our entire lives. Angels are not simply human spirits who have passed on to a non-physical plane. They are immortal entities tasked with looking out for the welfare of all creatures on Earth. So all you have to do is ask your angels. You really have to speak with them because they cannot assist you without your consent. It's kind of how it works. So here's an important distinction. Okay, so although you may have a loved one in spirit, I just got dizzy. So although you may have a loved one in spirit who is nearby and might communicate with you, your angel plays a different role. And for the longest time, I would see feathers everywhere. Feathers, fucking a lot of them, to the point where now I make earrings and feather, like, wands and things like that with them. The whole time I thought it was my great-grandfather on the other side. It may have been at some points, but then I realized it was my Archangel Michael. So, where your deceased grandmother may not be able to communicate with you telepathically, your angel can. So, your angel can give you wisdom and guidance beyond your years and experience. Okay, so just think about the difference between a mortal human and an ethereal, otherworldly creature, as well as what those differences mean in terms of the information they can offer. So this is where you want to break down paradigms and religious structuring that you've had, maybe have been conditioned. There's nothing to feel ashamed about as far as discovering these things, because how are you ever going to know the truth until you see both sides? Okay? So this channel, I talk about, hi, by the way, my name is Jackie. This is Dream Ether, where we talk about angels. We talk about light and love. We also talk about shadow and darkness. We also talk about mastering your abilities to extrasensory gifts and opening channels up with your angels and spirit guides, how to differentiate between them, what it all means. That's what I'm here to do. So in the Wiccan, belief, they believe that guardian angels can provide you with guidance and wisdom when it's needed most. But although angels have their roots in Abrahamic religions, nowadays many believers from every faith trust that they have an angel or even numerous angels guiding them. So clear example right there. You have two completely different, they're not really that different, but in doctrine they are. In religious or in, that kind of way. You know what I mean? So anyways, because I don't want to get anyone confused here thinking that I am teaching people the dark arts. That's not what I'm doing. It's not what I'm doing at all. Actually, this is alchemy, and I don't even need to explain it to you, because if you're already watching this, you get it. Okay, so you don't have to be religious to have a helpful angel by your side. You do not. You don't have to be Catholic, you don't have to be Christian, you don't have to believe in God, but I would hope that you do believe in a higher power. You merely need to believe in the many realms that we all inhabit, and that the angelic beings are blessed with abilities that we can't even imagine. And it's been so hard to fathom because of the church. Let's be real. And the powers that be, whatever you want to call them. The archons, the reptilians, the dark. It's pretty much the same. They're all working for the same thing, so. Okay, so connecting with your angels through numbers. This is an easy way to make a direct connection with your angels and speak with them every day. You will need strips of paper. Oh my God, so I love you when you do this for me, Spirit. So I hadn't even looked at this book in years, a couple of years. Well, I just reread it again, but actually, I don't think I reread this one. I reread Wild Witch. It's a little bit more pagan. I think this is more Wiccan. And then I also have, Angel Oracle or Angel Encyclopedia, World Mythologies and Legend Encyclopedia, and all kinds of stuff about folk remedies, minerals, health, chakras, pH balancing, rocks and minerals, astrology, philosophy, how to do, how to make and use mirrors. Like, I do all of it. And I do it all in the light with Christ in me. So you're going to have to break down some paradigms if you haven't already. Okay. So you will need strips of paper big enough to write a number on it. Okay, so I did write the number, but I also wrote down the thing because I didn't want to have to pull the book out every time because I knew that there were angel numbers in here, but somebody else was connecting the dots for me, obviously. Because I didn't even remember that they asked you to do this. You also need a container to hold them in, and such as a large jar, vase, or bowl, or I'm going to be that large jar, vase, or bowl, basically. And that complements your interior style or workspace aesthetic. You may be turning to it for many weeks, months, or years to come. So, it's fucking weird, man. I'm tripping on it because it literally says, cut 100 little strips of paper. On each one, write the numbers on 1 to 100. Like, okay, I didn't even know or remember that was in here, but I connected my higher self and I asked my higher self to use their intelligence, my intelligence, but use me. We've connected. I've actually done a hypnosis. It was a 2-hour hypnosis that I did in a salt bath in my hotel room a few months ago. And merged first of all, this was a week before I did the merging timeline, or not timeline, but I did 2 things. First week I did a 7 chakra, First week I did a higher self. Okay, this is what happened. I did a higher self and lowers I merged my higher self and my 3D self during a meditation in water, salt, flowers, herbs, and things like that, candle, and then immediately after that I did a meditation for the Akashic records. I haven't been the same since I've done that. Okay, then the next following couple weeks after that, maybe about a month later, I did another thing in the saltwater bath by myself in candlelight with flowers and herbs and crystals this time, and in the water and everywhere. I had rented a hotel room for myself just for this reason, and I was fasting for a couple days, and I did this. It was 2.5 hours of, first I did a sound bath to align all of my chakras and to get them spinning, all 7, and then I did the next thing, which was a Dolores Cannon's inspired meditation hypnosis, and there's huge key in that. So when you do this type of thing, you have to be in a comfortable setting. You have to feel confident, safe, and secure, and you're able to speak out loud with your angels. You're able to speak out loud to your higher self. You're able to speak out loud to God, and feel free, and allow the healing of your angels and God and other higher dimensional beings to actually heal you. And the trick is you actually have to believe and trust in that the healer will provide the frequency for you. So that's what I did. I know this was through the internet, which most people who are watching tarot understand how energy works. It doesn't just because we're on here and you're not sitting with me, doesn't mean that I'm not picking up on your energy. You watching this video right now is me picking up on your energy. And vibrating at that same frequency. So when you watch tarot, you want to, first of all, pray, make sure that the message is for you. Know how to decipher between what's for you and what's not for you. Also know that roles can be flipped. And like someone could be reading, say, for your sign. Or it could be a completely different sign, but it's about the sign, about who's in your energy. You know what I mean? These are things like that you can use. So whenever you need guidance from an angel, or when you just want to connect with an otherworldly realm, reach into the bowl or jar, or I'm going to be the diviner here with these cards from this book. Before you choose a number, though, take a moment to say hello and ask for guidance. Although this can be a quick process, take the time to truly focus. You can simply close your eyes, bow your head, and say something like, I ask you, my guardian angels, to guide me to the message you wish me to receive today. Help me understand whatever I am about to receive, and let me also be open to other messages from you during the day. You also may have been seeing angel number 222 or 33. I'm also getting 223, 223, 30, and 330. Okay, so that's the deck that I made to connect with otherworldly realms, to get clear messages, to try to connect deeper with myself and my angels, my higher self, and things like that. My spirit guides, like the book mentioned, your angels can really telepathically send messages to you, but spirit guides, or your loved ones necessarily, I believe, on the other side, they can only send you signals. Like your light flickering in your room might be, a loved one passed over on the other side. People get scared and they think it's demonic, or they think that it's evil. You can always ask whatever it is in the moment. If it's not of the light, then it has to leave. You don't even have to ask. Well, you can tell it. That's all you have to do, really. Okay. So that was that deck, and then immediately after, dude, so I went to bed and I had like no energy, but I was also, okay, so lately, I don't know if anyone else has been going through this. I had like no energy, but my mind was awake, but my body was tired. Like I wanted to be sleeping, but I couldn't sleep. I just had way too much energy, so much going on in my mind that I made this deck. I slept well. The next day, I spent I read a book. I've been reading this book. I think I've shared it with you guys recently. I've been reading this book, Sacred Andean Codes, and it's really helping me a lot. It's 10 shamanic initiations to heal past wounds, awaken your conscious evolution, and reveal your destiny. And this book is freaking awesome because it actually includes the rites and the initiations. And if you know anything about energy work, meeting these people would be amazing, but you can facilitate these shamanic energies on yourself. You have the power to heal yourself. Healers are only facilitating the frequency of their healing abilities for you to accept and match in that moment. And by accepting, matching, and believing in their ability, you can heal. Because you can heal yourself. That's all. The healer's not healing you. The healer's not healing you. Yes, some of them are renowned for their extrasensory abilities. But in the United States, we kind of look at that as, we kind of look down on it, actually. We kind of think that anything to do with tarot reading, oracle, crystals, and things like that. And why is that? Because of the Bible. Now, I know God's words are in that Bible, but I also know man's hands are on that Bible. So, the next deck that I made was actually just channeled from messages that I've received over the last... This is actually messages I was receiving at the end of the last year. This is when my Eagle Condor guidance, oopsies, was coming in, and the more I wake up to things, the more I awaken things inside of me, like talents. It's like I must have been like a priestess in a past life with the Hathors in Egypt. I believe I could have been a priestess of Isis, who's also associated with the Hathors and, you know what I mean, priestesses of the Egyptian, where they also call them, what do they call them? Midwives of the ancient. And I believe that I lived in Lemuria. I believe that I was a fairy. I have fairy lineage or connections to the fairy realms. You know, when you start to wake up to what's really been hiding within